Today we are opening something very different from the usual Matchbox lineup, the 2021 Morgan three-wheeler. Right from the card, this casting stands out with its silver body, exposed front end, and classic British roadster attitude. It is number 02 out of 125, and the artwork already tells you this is not a normal four-wheeled car. On the back of the card, we get the usual Matchbox legal details, barcode and safety information, but the key part here is the official Morgan Motor Company license. That small logo gives the model a little extra collector value, especially for such an unusual subject in 1/64 scale. Now it is time to free the Morgan from the blister. I am cutting carefully along the bottom and sides, keeping the card as intact as possible. This is always the slowest part of the unboxing, but it is worth taking a few extra seconds when the packaging is this clean. Out of the blister, the shape becomes much easier to appreciate. The metallic silver finish works beautifully with the black wire-style wheels and the long side exhaust. From the side, the Morgan has that slim, almost boat-like profile that makes the real three-wheeler so recognizable. Turning it around, the exposed front end is definitely the star. You get the two front wheels, the engine casting between them, small headlights and a very narrow body behind it. Then from the rear, the single wheel and the tiny Morgan plate complete that strange but charming three-wheeled layout. Looking from above, the open cockpit adds a lot of personality. The brown interior contrasts nicely with the silver body, and even at this scale, the seats and dashboard give the model a vintage roadster feeling. The rear plate and painted taillights are small details, but they really help the model feel finished. Underneath, we can see the base details with the Morgan three-wheeler name, the Matchbox reference, Mattel copyright, and Thailand production mark. These little engraved details are easy to miss, but they are always part of the story of a casting, especially when documenting it properly. Now for the macro details. The front engine area is tiny, but surprisingly effective, with black cylinders and silver elements giving depth to the exposed mechanical layout. The small Morgan wing emblem on the hood, the brown cockpit and the rear badge make this casting much more interesting up close than it first appears. The side exhaust is another highlight. That long black strip gives the profile a more technical look and breaks up the silver body nicely. From this angle, you can also catch the small side mirror, the steering wheel, and the open cockpit layout before we move on to the roll test. On the diorama mat, the Morgan rolls smoothly and immediately looks different from everything around it. Parked next to more modern Diecast cars, its three-wheel stance makes it feel almost like a tiny piece of motoring history dropped into a contemporary garage scene. In the street diorama, the character of the model comes out even more. The silver body catches the artificial light, while the narrow shape and open cockpit give it that classic weekend drive feeling. It is not aggressive, it is not flashy, but it has a very strong personality. For the final look, the loose model goes back next to its original car. This Matchbox 2021 Morgan three-wheeler is a small casting with a lot of charm, unusual proportions, good detail, and a subject you do not see every day in 1/64 scale. A weird little gem in the best possible way.